Hi, this is Duchess Robinson for Duchess.pro, 8x10 Designs, and various other online digital media stuff that I have. And today I want to get into the psychology of being an entrepreneur online. Some of the things I've heard, even personal things that I've heard. I was having a conversation with one of my family members, and we were talking about cryptocurrency. We were talking about um, the investment of cryptocurrency. We were talking about different digital things that were selling online and how people were making tons of money from some of the gift stuff that are out there. And overall, the type of money people are making online and some ideas to incorporate in some of the online things that I have. And sadly, it drifted into why more people are not into doing things online. Now, granted, a lot of people are not tech savvy. Even today, I had a meeting with some global leaders, specifically on how to incorporate digital media that I've created in the conversation, which should be base level, but I do understand as a digital person how these things are occurring. So the conversation kind of drifted into why aren't more people doing things online? Now, me, I was brought up to understand if you don't know something, read about it, because we had the encyclopedias, we had books, we had everything. Now you have digital media, Google, so you have YouTube, you have all of these other elements out there to help you gain knowledge in something that you don't have. And I was always taught, it was hammered in my head from my mother for years. If you don't know something, teach yourself. And so a lot of stuff that I do is self taught and watching my parents do things. So I have that. So granted, my mindset may be different from a lot of people. I try to instill it in my son and young people that are around me. Even a conversation with one of my friends with, okay, so your child has this incredible gift. Why don't create a fundraiser behind some of the skill sets that he shows? Other cultures do it, and I find it hard that people mentality are not there. It's not their problem. There's a whole bunch of elements, and I'm going to talk about some of the elements. I don't want to have you sitting there like, okay, what is she talking about? What is going on? So I'm going to get deeply into it, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but I just want to put things in perspective. There are people who are gifted laborers. There's some things I just can't do labor. I just can't do it. But I'll find somebody to do it, or I'll look at it so I don't feel ripped off if I hire someone to build something for me that I don't know how to do. I'll research it, look it on YouTube, and look up pricing to make sure I'm not overpriced because I don't know what it is. It's also like when you have somebody to fix your cars. I'm not car savvy, but guess what? I know if you're overcharging me or not, or you're not doing something right. I know that portion of it. And I don't understand why people do not feel that way about anything digitally. You do need it. You do need it if you're in business. You do need it like you need your car fixed. You do need it like if you need your computer fixed or your furnace fixed or anything else like that. Why are we treating it like it's so bad? Like, I, in all honesty, I used to have family members. I'm not calling no names. I don't want to hear no phone calls. I don't want aunt so and so and cousin so and so asking why I'm talking about them because you don't know who I'm talking about. So we all have that cousin. But I'll preference in saying if it don't apply, what do you say? Let it fly. So I used to have family members. Well, I still do. I had family members that felt like because I didn't do a 9 to 5, I didn't go out and constantly doing a 9 to 5, that I didn't have a job at all. Like, no, you don't have no job because you don't get out and get on a bus and whatever. I had another cousin tell me, "Oh, well, I worked, but I got up and did real work. I didn't stay on the computer all day." And then it was another cousin like, "Oh, don't do that computer stuff. It's nothing but scams. People who be on a computer are scams and stuff." The mentality of people like that are stopping people from legitimately making a comfortable amount of money. COVID being around made some people have to use the computer. It made some people, uh, they had to stay at home and work from home and really see the benefits of working home. It's a little harder because you got a lot of distraction going around. People will call you, "What you doing?" because they know you're working at home. "Oh, you're at home. It's easy." No, it's not easy. It's really hard. And some people now understand working from home is not that easy. It's not that easy because of the distractions around. You have to be really focused, detail oriented, schedule oriented, and everything to meet the demands that you do at home with everything around you. A lot of people staying home from COVID, they had to deal with children. Me, per se, over the years, I had to deal with people calling me because they felt like, "Oh, you're at home on your computer and you work for yourself. You can do anything you want. Or you can do," or calling me, "Oh, can you do this? Oh, can you do that?" Am I working? Well, you work for yourself. I mean, you can, but I would like to get some sleep as well. So over the years, it was some trial and error on how to really um, segregate, just split my personal time with my business time. Even leading up to even my phone messages, I have to leave a long, detailed messages on the days that I'm off. Don't call me on my days. I have a associate that'll call me on my day off. "Can you help me with this and that?" Because you know, you off. I mean, you can make time whenever you, but no, not necessarily. No, it's my days to do things. It's my days to do what I need to do for myself. If it's projects, if I'm on a computer for myself, I need that time. I don't need to be wrapped in everybody else's stuff. And they would get mad. "Well, who takes a day off on Wednesday?" Well, I do. I've done I've done this for the last probably 8 years because I know everything that I need to do fell in between that Wednesday for my break for all of the things that I needed to do from the beginning to the end. So that was the best day, and I did a lot of things like Bible study, things that I wanted to do for myself. That Wednesday was the perfect point for me. Now, for other people, "Well, that's when I need you to." No, it's about you being an entrepreneur, knowing when to shut it all down. And you can't listen to everybody else because everybody else is going to have a different opinion. Now, back to those people who felt like you don't have a job, you don't have this and that, but yet I have lights on, I have stuff, I drive nice cars. Some relatives would try to put it on other things. "Oh, she must have got a lawsuit. That's how she got that," or "She got that off of somebody else." But they would not understand that because you work on a computer, it doesn't mean you're scamming. If people who have that mentality, to me, number one, are ignorant, they fall into categories. And what I try to do and structure myself, even when doing podcasts and video podcasts or anything else like that, I try to teach myself whatever comes out of my mouth to be true, kind, and necessary. So I'm speaking in the necessary point of view. Um, I'm being kind because I'm not saying any names. And it's true in my stratosphere. People who have that mentality, one, are ignorant. And what I mean by ignorant, I mean not, they won't think. They won't come out of their fear. They won't research. They won't do anything. They won't even have the conversation. Their mind is all you do is sit on that computer all day. Yeah, but at the same time, me sitting on the computer is making sure that my household and everything is done. Entrepreneurship is being done. That same mentality is causing a lot of people to miss out on job opportunities, entrepreneurship, entrepreneur. It's a lot of money being made online legally. But instead of asking the question to me, well, cousin, aunt, niece, friend, how are you making money online and how can I do it? I'm tired of working 9 to 5, making minimum wage and hoping and dreaming that, I can be comfortable. Ask the question. So that's why I put those people in that category of being ignorant, because they will not ask the question or they won't research it. The older I get, the more I don't try to defend what I do, how I do it, and why I do it, because at that point in time, they're stuck in their own mentality. And at some point in their life, they're going to have to face reality that these 9 to 5 jobs weren't that good. Some of them did not last through the pandemic. People who worked at home never skipped a beat. It didn't phase them. Things occur. So what do I mean by, there's online stores. There are so many people making money from advertising things on Amazon. If you look on TikTok and everything else like that, they're doing that. They're opening their business and doing consulting businesses. They're doing motivation. They're teaching online. They're doing passive income setups online. Are there people who are scamming? And this is the conversation that I want to have. I want to relate it. I want to clear some things. I want to show some things. There are people who scam online. And the reason why they're so successful scamming it online is specifically because of people who sit there that believe everything is scammed online instead of learning certain things that will protect you from being scammed online. If you Google a phone number that you may think is a scam and look it up, there online it says scam. Other people are talking about it. You can protect yourself. Now, when I say yes, there's scams online, but guess what? There's scams over your telephone, but you still use those. People call you every day talking about your warranty has ran out. There was even one that tells you that your security on your computer. I had one tell me that the security on my computer is no longer. I need to get it updated. We're to call tech. We want to fix your computer. And I said, how are you fixing my computer when I have a Mac? Hung up. Click. So that excuse that are so many people scamming online. There's people scamming over the phone. There's people scamming through mail. There's people scamming through walking up to you. It's just an area of people who scam. But people are more susceptible to it because they won't do their research or go online. I know of a scam where somebody said, yeah, we're going to lock you up because you did not pay your debt, and if you want to get out of this, you need to put money on a Apple iTunes account and send it to us. Now this was an older person. They didn't know what it was. And I said, wait, what did they tell you to do? I said, that's a scam because that's a music portal for them to buy stuff and you won't be able to find out who did it. Oh, okay. There are people that are close to you, people in your family member that'll scam you. There are people who will get your money to do something and won't never do it. Contractors. They'll do stuff like that. But you stick your nose in the air. You work on that computer all day. Like it's easy. Like it's easy. Like coding is easy. Like generating marketing is easy. Like building your social media platforms is easy. Conversating, putting your schedule, meeting, presentations, all of those things are easy. I say not. If anything, it's harder. Again, because you have so many distractions on you and you have to do it. It's not for the faint at heart. I tell you that. But if you have a terrific idea, if you have the work ethic, if you have the leadership to be on a business on your own and understanding how to get paid, how to make payments, how to do all of those things, I listen. I tell you, you will be okay. You will. At some point, it's going to be that way anyway. Some people are not even look. They're not even going back. They're so used to it now. Okay, well, the kids. I got the kids all situated. I got my office door. I close my office door. I work. There's no overhead. There are churches that I know for a fact that are switching from being in person now to online because people have gotten to the point where they're not ready to come in or they're so far away or they discovered a ministry that they couldn't find close and they're enjoying it online. Not to say that is you should forsake not going to church. I don't want no pastors calling me. I don't want them calling me, texting me, or tagging me into anything after listening to the podcast. Listen, I understand you have to assemble yourself. I do understand. I do understand. I don't need that coming. But these are the things that are occurring. Understanding the nuances of how people are making money through things. People, if you look at it, you have people who did Uber. They own no cars, but they make money. You have Amazon that own no products, but they make money. And what do I mean by that? That's how, how it generally started. You have Airbnbs. They own no houses, but they make money. They're making money. People are becoming millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires. Yes, I did say that. I'm just saying, Jeff Bezos, let's go there, has made $1 trillion off of online things, doing his business online. Are people scoffing at him? Oh, you work from that computer. They're looking at him like, oh, you work from the computer. That's life. Learn it. Don't put down anybody else because they're on a computer or anything. Don't get mad at people because they know how to do cryptocurrency. For instance, I go back to one of my cousins. He's an accountant, and he never stopped learning how to do investment and investing, talking about cryptocurrency, talking about the things online. Does he do it 9 to 5? Yeah, but he's doing it at home now. There's no need to come. I can do it through my computer. Still making a ton of money. Most CEOs, if you notice, they don't really come in. They stay from their computer. They do their meetings from the computer. So again, I look at these people that sit there and scoff and stop listening to those people. If Stop listening to those people. In general, basically, when they're making assumptions about people working at home or working on a computer, is because they don't know how to do it themselves. They're fearful, they're jealous, or they're just plain old ignorant. I go with the latter. They're just plain old ignorant. They're afraid of doing something new. They're afraid of doing something different. They're afraid of learning something else when they have to make those things. People who work a 9 to 5 making a good living, they could care less if you're working on a computer or not. They asking you, oh, let's go here for a vacation. Let's do this and that. But it is to me it's very, you're a very astute person if you're able to communicate with people digitally and make your money on there digitally and be creative enough to do things digitally. I had another associate saying, well, I go out and I go out and deal with people real face to face. That's how you do it. So him her doing things face to face, and me saying, well, why don't you have, you're putting your eggs in all one basket. Why don't you have something digital as well? Because people may not carry money. I never carry money. I carry all plastic. You'll miss the opportunity to make money from them because you want to do things for now. Now I make more money. So there was a measurement. What it takes him a week, what it takes her a week to make, I'll say $1,000. A person online can make that same $1,000 in a day. I've seen it. I've done it. No, no. My thing is, yeah, do I have to do some things in public? I do when I need to. But I go back to the conversation where I say things out of my mouth that's either true, well, all of the above, true, kind, and necessary. And the truth about it is sometimes there's no need for me to go anywhere in person because a lot of the money I've made online, I've never met the person face to face. And I'm doing quite well doing that. They can't believe, sad, they can't believe that you can make a lot of money online. Listen, I'll give you another thing that I've seen. Streaming video games. Parents yell at their, yeah, you're playing those video games. That's not going to get you nowhere. Guess what? Shut up. Shut up, because these kids that are going on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook talking and streaming their video games to other people is $1 billion industry. A kid that's really good, sit there, they get a computer and they connect it to, or a little adapter, they connect it to their game system. They put the piece in their mouth and they're talking to people and they're talking and they're blah, 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 and making money. And they're making money off the stream. Literally. I've seen I'm not going to give an instance of a person because I don't want to give people indication financially. I've seen streamers per month make from 7 to 15 to $20,000 per month just off of that. Legal. You have to break yourself out of the mindset that you can only make money one way. Who does that? Who is that ignorant to think that you can only make money being a laborer, going into somebody's office, doing something 9 to 5, being a contractor, being a realtor? Those are all great industries. Don't get me wrong. But start looking at the digital content creators. Content creators, these people you laugh and you see on TikTok and you see on other things, they're making a ton of money off of you coming home from work, just looking at it, going on social media, looking at it, creating pages that have over 10,000 people. That starts your monetization online. I have so many people, so many pages with that over that at this point in time, people are asking, well, you're not using that page. Can I buy it off you? And they're not using $100. They're not saying, can I get it for five? They're like, oh, look, I'll pay you about 10, 15, 20, $25,000 or more. Digital creation, artwork. I'm an artist. I was trained as an artist. I have multiple degrees as an artist. I have masters at being a digital person. Guess what? People call me and ask me, how can I do that? That's a fee for people to talk to me on the phone. People are like, what? You're always on your phone. You're always looking on your phone. That's rude. That Guess what? On my phone, if I'm away from my computer, I'm making money. So I look at people like, okay, ooh, what? I'm not paying attention to anything that you're saying because I know what works for me. I know what the deal is for me. And so, just to wrap this particular podcast up, stop listening to people telling you because you don't do something traditional like working 9 to 5, going to the office, getting on a bus, driving somewhere, paying tolls, paying car fare, being in traffic every morning, that your job is easy. Oh, you just sit on. I've heard. Oh, she just sit on her fat tail all day on the computer. She don't do no real work. She don't do no real work. But yet you ask, can you borrow a couple of dollars from me? You don't do no real work. You don't do no real work. And yes, am I blasting people on there? Yes, because I'm trying to prove a point. It's ignorant not to understand something or ask the question or get a better understanding of it. Don't allow people to stop you from doing things. And you'll always get um, people who criticize and anything, but you can develop and be better. Utilize the things around you. Take some tech courses, look at some things. Even if you don't do it, at least you'll understand. If somebody asks a question or even have a conversation about it. I have people who don't understand what I do, how I do it. I mean, that's fine. They don't even understand why people come to me, why had people all over the world come to me and ask questions about digital things. It's not some things that I just learned from school. It's some things that I've learned sitting on my tail, looking at the computer and researching. I'm a proponent that you're supposed to learn something new every day. Money online. Soon you will start to see on your smart TV networks instead of websites, um, e-commerce websites over in Africa and other countries outside of the United States. Mobile e-commerce is big because they don't utilize websites like they used to. Like literally, I've built so many TV apps and stuff like that. That's not little dollars. Go look it up. But I sit on my fat tail. Sometimes I can be on a computer and to fix a problem, I'll look up. I can start about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll look up and it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. That's how detailed and sometimes hard the problem to solve is. Not that I needed to tell anybody anything, but I'm concerned about people not jumping on the bandwagon to learn more about digital because at some point, just like you had the cotton gin come out and take a lot of people out of work, you had in the United States where they closed down factories, a lot of people never recovered. That took a lot of, that's why you see so many people crying about the coal mines because they can't keep up with societal trends and the direction of where things are going. Don't get left behind. Even if you do not do a business online or anything, just take the opportunity to learn. My late grandmother, upper 70s, would pay her bills online, order online, watch smart TV, had her mobile devices, had her social media pages. She did all of that. I didn't have to do it. She knew exactly what she was doing and how to do it because her mentality was to keep going, keep learning. You never stop learning. You never just stay inside the box. That's not what you do. I've taught tech classes for seniors, all of those things. So I'm not even pointing this conversation to the seniors. I'm pointing it to people from age 35 and up. Y'all have a real problem. Even some of the younger ones, they go in there like, oh, I know social media. They can't tell me how to do social media. Well, you only got like 300 people on your page. That's not knowing social media. So it's time to get on the ball. It's time to understand what's going on. It's time not to be restricted in your thought, in your mind, and everything else like that. Everything is done digitally. The money that's being made online is just astronomical. If you sit there and research it and look at it, you would be wondering why you're allowing things to go down the way they are. So that's just a few things to really pay attention to. Check out my mentorship group online. Yes, it is $4.99 a month. Yes, Facebook allowed me to do it because I have so many people and they feel it is worth um, giving me that opportunity to do that. And a lot of other people who are able to monetize their platform based off of the traffic of people coming to them based off of the things they know about social media, based off of the things and the content and the money they're willing to share with people. So, yeah, not only do I do it online, I do it, I get off my butt and then I get on my treadmill. I have to do that every so often so, I can walk. So, listen, if you are looking to start a company or just want to learn some things, you can go to my website, duchess.pro, 8x10designs.com. I have a lot of entities. Or you can look me up on Facebook at Duchess Robinson, mentor and influencer. Yes, I am an influencer because I am over 10,000. I have over a million followers. I monetize all of those things. I'm not going to tell you how much I make or whatever else I do because I don't, you know, that's not a conversation to talk about. But understanding there is legitimate money online is not as hard as you think, and it's a whole lot going on with that. So I thank you for listening. Again, join our Facebook group. It's a mentorship. I teach you how. I show you new things. I show you new nuances on how to build websites, to digital marketing, and everything else. So this is Duchess Robinson. Have a great day.